Buckle up, explorers. We're diving into Africa's treasure trove, where our ancestors first made their mark over 200,000 years ago. This incredible continent is home to jaw-dropping ancient ruins and monuments that have been buried for millennia. As archaeologists dig deeper, they're unearthing mind-blowing secrets, shaking up everything we thought we knew about human origins. From mysterious languages to long-lost civilizations, we'll decode the clues and uncover the untold stories hidden beneath the Sahara sands. The adventure begins. Imagine stumbling upon an entire city, frozen in time, with no clues to tell us who built it or what happened to its people. That's exactly what we're dealing with at Jeddi, a mystical ghost town deep in Kenya's lush forests. This abandoned metropolis is like something out of a fantasy novel. Grand buildings, ornate artifacts, and an eerie silence that screams stories untold. With no written records to guide us, the mystery only deepens. Who were the wealthy inhabitants of Jeddi? What led to their sudden disappearance? Let's unravel the secrets hidden within these crumbling walls and uncover the truth behind this enigmatic city. Get ready for a blast from the past. We're talking about Gaiti, a East African city that once ruled the roost in the 15th century. Think of it like ancient Africa's version of a superpower. For over 400 years, this thriving metropolis was the epicenter of trade and wealth, attracting exotic treasures from far-off lands like China and Venice. Can you picture Ming vases from China and Venetian glass making their way to the bustling streets of Gaiti? It's mind-boggling to think that this hidden gem, nestled deep in Kenya's forests, was a major player on the ancient global stage. But here's the thing, its glory days were short-lived, and despite the city's return from the brink of disaster, it eventually vanished into thin air. What triggered Gaiti's downfall? Was it war, environmental factors, or something else entirely? Let's dig in to find out. Let's take a step back in time and picture Jeddi as the ultimate trading hub. Merchants from far and wide passed through its gates, bringing with them precious goods and stories of distant lands. The city's coastal location was a magnet for travelers returning from epic sea voyages, making it a melting pot of cultures and ideas. And what a sight to behold! Grand mosques stood tall, reflecting the wealth and close ties the Muslim community had with neighboring Islamic powers. These majestic buildings scream luxury, hinting at the incredible riches that lay within Gaiti's walls. But here's the mystery: despite its grandeur, not a single written record remains to tell us about this fascinating city. It's as if Jeddi vanished into the sands of time, leaving behind only whispers of its former glory. And we're on a mission to uncover the truth. The puzzle deepens. You'd think that a vibrant trading hub like Jeddi would leave behind a trail of written records from its heyday. But surprisingly, there's not a single scribble to be found in the city itself. Yet, we know that 3 languages, Portuguese, Arabic, and Swahili, were all spoken in the region, just waiting to capture the essence of this bustling metropolis. The Portuguese were firmly rooted in the area, Arab traders boasted extensive networks across Africa, and the local Swahili people had everything they needed to document their city's importance in trade. So, what gives? Why did none of these civilizations take notice of Gaiti, or leave behind even a whisper about this seemingly critical trading hub? The silence is deafening, but we're on a mission to unravel the secrets of this enigmatic city. The mystery just got even murkier. Gaiti's sudden and complete abandonment in the 17th century is a real head-scratcher. I mean, this was a city that seemed to be on top of the world. Its economy was thriving, and you'd expect people to want to stick around. But instead, the population just vanished. No wars, no plagues, no natural disasters. Just a complete and utter disappearance. You'd think we'd have some kind of clue about what went down, but so far, nothing's turned up. The local tribes, though, have been filling in the blanks with some seriously wild stories. Some claim that Gaiti's protected by magic jinns. Yeah, you heard me right. Jinns, those mythical guardians said to keep treasures safe from harm. So, did the people of Gaiti really believe they were living under jinns' watchful eyes? Or is this just a way for the tribes to explain away the city's spooky silence? We're diving deeper into the enigma that is Gaiti. Join us as we try to uncover what really happened in this abandoned African metropolis. The stories surrounding Gaiti are getting weirder and wilder. From magical jinns watching over the city, to shape-shifting creatures trying to avoid humans, it seems like everyone's got an explanation for why this place was abandoned so suddenly. But did you know that Jeddi's not the only mysterious site in Africa with a rich history? In modern-day Nigeria, explorers stumbled upon a grove filled with these super creepy, wide-eyed figures. They're like something out of a sci-fi movie. These intricately carved beings are part of the Osun sacred grove, and local legends claim it's home to none other than a fertility goddess. Could this be the real deal, or just another tale spun around a fascinating piece of history? Either way, it's clear that Africa's got secrets galore. Join us as we dig deeper into the continent's most intriguing mysteries. Imagine a world where humans and spirits clashed in an epic battle for control. That's the legend behind these ancient African groves. And here's the mind-blowing part: each town had its own special sacred spot, but only one has stood the test of time: the incredible Osun Grove. This enormous site, dating back a whopping 400 years, is not just any ordinary forest. It's a massive testament to the rich history and spiritual practices of the region. With its vibrant culture and mysterious past, the Osun Grove is a must-explore destination that'll leave you questioning what really lies behind Africa's most enigmatic sites. But here's the astonishing part: this battleground-turned-sacred site is still deeply revered today. You'll find an astonishing 40 shrines and countless idols dedicated to gods from the legendary Yoruba pantheon, all paying homage to a long-forgotten past. What's more, the local people haven't forgotten their heritage either. New shrines have been popping up in recent decades, keeping the grove's legacy alive. But as you step into this mystical world, things start getting really spooky. Take a closer look at these bizarre tree carvings. They might be depicting gods from Yoruba mythology, but their eerie, reptilian shapes leave us wondering what inspired these enigmatic creations. Could they be linked to the animals associated with the pantheon's deities? But here's where things get really mysterious. These reptilian tree carvings aren't exactly fitting with what we know about Yoruba mythology. You won't find snakes or lizards among their gods and goddesses. So, who or what do these bizarre figures represent? Could they be a glimpse into an ancient culture that we've never fully uncovered? What happened to the people behind these strange tree deities? As you take a closer look, notice something intriguing. Despite their scaly appearance, our lizard-like friends have hands outstretched towards the heavens, like they're praying to the gods. This human touch seems to rule out the idea that they're the deities themselves, leaving us with more questions than answers. Who built these enigmatic carvings, and what's their story? So why would a civilization choose these lizard figures as symbols of importance? Typically, mythological creatures are picked for their relevance to human life. Think food sources or helpful animals in farming. But these lizards just don't fit the bill. It's like they're an outsider in the world of ancient African mythology. The puzzle remains unsolved, leaving us scratching our heads and wondering about the people who created these mysterious carvings. While Africa still has some secrets up its sleeve, take the enigmatic ruins of Zimbabwe for instance. Spanning a whopping 385,000 square miles on the southern African plateau, this site is home to at least 500 buildings that baffle historians and architects alike. How did an ancient civilization manage to construct such a massive complex with incredible precision? The mystery of Zimbabwe's great ruins is just as fascinating as our lizard tree gods. Stay tuned for more. Let's dive deeper into the mind-boggling ruins of Zimbabwe. Take a closer look at those towering conical structures scattered across this massive site. They're seriously impressive, but also super mysterious. Here's what's got everyone stumped: these massive buildings are several dozen feet thick and stand around 2 stories tall, yet they don't have any windows or doors. Now, it's true that some buildings aren't meant for living in, like granaries or tombs, and they often skip the windows too. But even those types of structures usually need a way in and out. You can't just store grain or lay a king to rest without getting into the building first. So what's going on here? Did the builders want to keep people out or lock them in? The more we learn about these incredible ruins, the stranger they get. Check out how some of these massive structures are so close together they form narrow, winding pathways. It's like a maze. But here's the thing: even though it might look like people were meant to walk through them, it's hard to imagine anyone actually using these super confusing and claustrophobic routes. The paths seem to go on forever, making it easy to get lost in this giant stone puzzle. For centuries, experts have been scratching their heads over the purpose of these mind-bending structures. But one thing's for sure: the craftsmanship that went into building them is truly jaw-dropping. The stonemasons used evenly carved bricks, packed tightly together in a grid that curves into an elliptical conical shape. And get this, they managed to do it all without using mortar, the glue-like substance that usually holds stone buildings together. Imagine being one of those Portuguese explorers back in the 1600s, stumbling upon these ancient ruins and having no idea what they were or how they were built. The tribespeople nearby just shook their heads, calling it devil's work. And with good reason, considering the mind-boggling stonework and lack of mortar that still leaves us scratching our heads today. But as explorers dug deeper, they uncovered some seriously cool relics from far-flung corners of the world. Chinese porcelain, Indian artwork, Arabian jewels, even a statue of the Roman goddess Venus. It was like a treasure trove of international goodies. And then there were the eagle figures made of soapstone, chilling next to statues of the Egyptian god Horus. What's the story behind this weird and wonderful mix of cultures? Fast forward through time, With these eagle figures and Egyptian connections, it's clear that the Zimbabwean civilization was heavily influenced by the mighty Nile culture. But here's the wild part: they didn't just copycat. They made the symbols their own, weaving them into their own unique mythology. And with relics from Egypt found alongside those from India, China, and Arabia, we're looking at a seriously powerful empire that could give ancient Egypt a run for its money. Some theorists even thought they had cracked the code by linking the ruins to astronomy. After all, humans have been reading the stars for ages and building structures that reflect our cosmic curiosities. But sadly, that celestial trail led nowhere, leaving us with more questions than answers about this enigmatic civilization. So, let's get straight to the million-dollar questions. Why were these epic structures built? Who brought them to life? And how did they end up with treasures from everywhere under the sun? Well, here's the thing. Despite poring over every shred of evidence, archaeologists are basically flying blind. They can't pinpoint the purpose behind these buildings, or what happened to their builders once they vanished into thin air. Some people are even whispering about a lost civilization being the masterminds behind it all, and honestly, that's not as far-fetched as it sounds. Now, imagine an ancient race with a mind-boggling mission that we're still trying to grasp. The possibilities are endless. What do you think? Share your theories with us in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if this video sparked your curiosity, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping videos on the mysteries of our past. We'll catch you in the next one.